Hello. How's everybody doing today? I'm in a different place. Sorry. Anyway, I got distracted. Bird, squirrel. I have lots of squirrels out that window. Uh, I thought I would talk about a comment made by an admirer of mine. I believe they go by Angel Missionary 5789, whatever. I don't know. And it was on. I've not been making very much content, and I deleted a lot of content because you know what? It's my channel. You can do what you want. So she made a comment about on my vibration plate where I was using it to mix up paint. I thought that was kind of funny, and it actually works very well. If you happen to have a vibration plate, you put a can of paint on there, and it shakes it up. You don't have to hardly stir it at all. Another way to use it. And if you have a vibration plate, it's very relaxing. I don't know why. Well, it's supposed to be good for your lymphatic fluids. I'm not a doctor. This isn't medical advice. This is just what I've read because I probably bought into somebody's YouTube video also. But more than anything, it just feels relaxing to stand on there. But the comment from Angel was, it was something of the sort of, I must be a horrible friend, or I have no friends, or you must be a horrible mother, your children must hate you, whatever, because my floor was dirty. I will say, yeah, I'm not the most tidy person. I try to keep up with it, but sometimes it gets away with me. That's just how it is. But thinking about being messy, it made me think of two significant people that came into my life. One probably would have been in my life anyway, but it makes for a funny story. Okay, I'll tell you that one first. When I was 4 years old, my parents, we went to church together, and they saw a family who had similar, demographics. They had 3 boys, we had 2 boys, and they had 1 little girl, and we were all similar in age. And the little girl happened to be the same age as me, and we actually went all through school together. But we were 4, and we meet, and I think first thing we did was we all went camping as a family, and I think we enjoyed our little time together, getting to know each other. And then we would invite each other over to our house, and so I invited her to my house. I think I'd been to her house first. I don't remember. Well, now mind you, we're 4 or 5, maybe, I don't know. And she comes to my room, and I'd never given this a second thought because, well, I guess I hadn't had that many people over for playing, except for I had a neighbor girl right next door, and maybe we had a lot more boys in our neighborhood, so it was mostly probably her. Well, my my beginning to be my friend, Julie, she comes to my house to play, and we go into my bedroom, and she was taken aback, probably like Angel, but unlike Angel, she had the foresight and the kindness, the apathy to not just judge someone over how well kept this area was. So my girlfriend at 4 years old, she's like, let's clean this room before we play. And I was like, oh, weird, but okay. My mom has been telling me to do that. So what did? We cleaned it all up, and it was great. Then we got up my dollhouse and weeble wobbles, and there we go. And guess what? I had lunch with her yesterday. She's one of my best friends in the whole world. So she's definitely my oldest friend. Let's see, it's 54 years of friendship. Yeah, we bonded. We bonded through my mess. We still laugh about it. And she's still way more tidy than me. And if I really if I needed her to help me organize, she would love to do it. She likes to do those kind of things. So it's great. So second, now, I'm going to title this "Messy Love" because both of those, I met my good friend who I love, and now messiness made me have the best life ever. So in college, the first night, or not the first night, but I'm at a bar. I'm at this bar we go to all the time because I was 19 and they let anybody in. Didn't even have to have a fake ID. I never ever had a fake ID. I just went to this bar that didn't care, and so it was pretty awesome. I was at Mizzou, T. Baker's. If you know, you know. It's a great bar. It's not there anymore, sadly. There is a bar there, but that's not the same building. They knocked it down. I can't remember what it's called. So I'm there with my girlfriend, and we're already sitting at a booth with these 2 guys, and one was cute, and it was getting a little weird. I'm not going to tell that part of it, but it was getting a little weird. So I started looking around, and I was, excuse me, I'll take a drink. I start to look around, and I hear this person being called Andy, and I was like, okay, I have a brother named Andy, so now I'm thinking, I look over, he's cute. I'm like, oh, okay, he's cute. His name's Andy. I got an opening line. So he was only really behind me. He was playing on the pinball machine. I turn around and I go, oh, your name, what's your middle name? And he's like, Steven. And he said, and he goes, why? And I go, oh, my brother's name's Andy, and I wanted to know if you had the same middle name. And no, they don't have the same middle name. But that, he said, well, you want to play some pinball? I'm like, yeah. Well, it turns out he was just starting to work there. And he was talking to a bouncer, the guy at the front door, who I don't really know because he didn't ID. Maybe he had ID'd the dudes. I don't know, but they let any girl. And so we talked and drank. And at one point he says, "Do you want, yeah, the bar's closing. You want to go get something? You want to go get some tacos?" And I'm like, I don't know this guy, but he's cute, and I don't really want this time to end. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go. Don't know you. I'll get in your car. Mothers wouldn't recommend, but hey, you're only, it was, I thought he was a good guy. I'd learned a lot about him in that, hour or two that we were talking. So get to the car, and on his front seat is, no joke, probably 2 months of mail that he had piled up. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not I'm still kind of like that 4-year-old at this point at 19 years old. I had a roommate who was very clean in my dorm, and she probably didn't appreciate, I know she didn't. We would have like little disputes, but we were roommates for a year and a half. So, we worked it out. Anyway, so I looked at it. He's like, oh, like, you forgot, like, he had to go clean it up. He throws it all in the back of the car, and he's like a little embarrassed. I'm like, it's okay, no big deal. And we go get tacos. I don't know if I ate. I was probably hungry, but I didn't want. I could have just ordered chips, nachos or something. I don't know. I was worried about the tacos breaking down my, falling and being messy. But anyway, so he ate some. He took me back. Oh, the best part, he had an RX-7. If you know that car, it was cool. This was 1988, so it was probably like an 86, and it was a very cool car. And he drove me back to my dorm, and at the dorm, he walked me up to my door, and I was like, wait, do you want my number? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then I just like grabbed him by the collar, and I just brought him in for the kiss. And we were out there for a little bit, and then that was it. But that's how it all began. And I didn't let somebody's mess make me judge them for every character that is involved in their life. No, I look past it, and I'm glad, because you know what? I'm cleaning up after him ever since. He taught me to be a better cleaner, because I had to clean up after him. Somebody had to be the clean one in the family. So yeah, you know what, Angel Missionary, you made me think of some very good memories, and I appreciate it. I know you deleted those. Maybe you had a little too much of something, and then later on you regretted it. I don't know, but you'll probably comment something mean on this video, and that's okay. And there's also I made a comment on Stuart's video from 3 weeks ago, and this was a different person, I think. Yeah, and they made a comment about, don't I know something about, it was something disparaging about Stuart, and their name of their channel was like, Stuart Hirsch is a stalker or something. And so I looked it up. They had only created that email 5 hours before. So, and then they deleted that too. There's a lot of weirdos out here. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I don't know. I like to follow these weird YouTube channels that have, less than 3,000, 10,000. That's not a very big YouTube channel, or even sometimes a 300, 200 channel. So yeah, anyway, as far as Mr. Tim, let's see, what's the last one I watched about him? I go back and forth in watching him. I really just like to watch the people who recap, like Carl, the Bohemian. There's not much going on. Everyone thinks he has a job, right? Which, you know what? I guess if he has to repay those loans, that's a good thing. Yeah, I did enjoy watching when he was driving to Anna Marie Island, because I'm in Missouri right now. And I was like, oh, I know Cortez Road. Oh, there's there. Oh, you go there. Which is just so silly, because I was just there, but And as far as like my getting this house ready to sell, this is the house we've lived in the longest. So I'm kind of wavering. So is my husband a bit. So I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. You get back here and it's so lovely. Well, if that's the biggest problem in my life, I'll be lucky, but it's not. So there's other problems. I'm back on I'm not on GLP. I tried that. Now I'm on a trizepatide. We'll see how that goes. So far, it's only kicked in a little. My hunger is still there. Hopefully it's, I'm only on the first, my insurance improved it. It's still a lot a month, but you know what? My daughter's getting married. My niece is getting married. No, 2 of my nieces are all getting married next year. And just for health reasons, I want to look better. I want to feel better. I want to have better health. So you know what? There's tools out there. Yeah. I like to eat. If something can help me not eat, I'll take it. You know, this is what we all dreamed of, people. It's here. Let's hope this one doesn't make me lay in bed for 3 days and regret every decision I ever made to take it. So far, it's been okay, but it's the very, very first of the dose. And supposedly the trizepatide works a little different. So we're going to pray that it works. Now, I'm going to do some of my, as everyone who watches Sarah, I don't even like this term because I'm a very literal person. And when Miss Vicky first used the term, I think I heard it first from her prison job, I was like, oh my God, Miss Vicky works at a prison. Miss Vicky, I think this is how I found out she didn't, because I made a comment, oh, you should make videos about working in the prison. No, yeah, that's not what it means. So, hey, if you do work in a prison, make some videos about it. That would be interesting. But you know what? If you have the opportunity and you can try to get a job that you don't really think of as a prison job, that would be good. That would be good for your heart and your soul, you know? If you can be an entrepreneur, if you're young, I'm sure no one young is watching this, but even older people, being an entrepreneur, working for yourself is probably the best situation you can be in, or work for maybe even a very small company who like really cares about their employees, because they're out there. And so you then don't feel like it's a prison job, and you feel like you're, contributing to something that is doing good in the world, or helping, providing a service. I don't know. That's just my suggestion. No one wants to feel like they work in a prison. And it's not, maybe if you work in a prison, maybe you enjoy it. I mean, you gotta have some good stories. I think it would be scary, and I think the stress would be a lot to take. I can't imagine those are jobs that people want to do forever. But hey, there's nothing wrong with working anywhere as long as you're doing it, not hurting anyone. So, all right, everyone. I don't know what my channel is going to turn into. I don't want it to just be about the silliness, but I like to watch a lot of different things. So, talk to you later.